Here are jokes that I wrote that would be better if Mitch Hedberg said them.
Sometimes I'll be with my friends at bars and they will say they don't drink. And I will go, wow, you must be thirsty. The person who invented the word camouflage sure did hide a bunch of vowels in there. Camouflage is camouflage for vowels. Sometimes people will take a photo between a set of twins and they will call the photo a twin sandwich. Those people have never had a sandwich before because I've never called a sandwich by the bread. Ha, I would like a whole wheat sandwich. Oh, the middle? I don't care. Put whatever you want in it, just as long as the bread is the same. If I'm ever in a crowded room and I don't want people to talk to me, I pretend I'm an elephant. I think the person who invented the clock made it go twice as fast as they wanted it to be. Hey Mitch, it's only noon and we still have half the day left. Run it around again. There's a saying that says you should check in on your funny friends because you never really know how they're doing. I do not like that phrase because it makes people think that every funny person is depressed or anxious. But I really don't like that phrase because none of my friends have texted me. It is illegal to say bomb in an airport. But what am I supposed to say if I see one? Boom boom uh-oh? I think my pants have a substance abuse problem because they're always high-waisted. The other day I saw a police officer take a left at a red light. I did not know whether he was acting above the law or got confused when he held up his hands. It is rude to stare at someone's disability, but very polite to make eye contact. So where do I look if they have an eye patch? If I had to draw a Venn diagram of all the people who don't think I'm funny and everyone who was at my show last night, I would just draw one circle. I like the cold weather, man. The cold's cool because sometimes you get to see your breath come out of your mouth, and that's fun. But be careful what you eat because sometimes it can come out the other end. Do not have burritos in Minnesota. You may not be able to hear the fart, but you'll see it. I think apostrophes and commas are related, except one's in the air and the other's on the ground. An apostrophe is just a comma in a coma. I was doing shows in Boston the other day and I took a duck boat tour. And that was cool because we got to go on land and on water. But I think that's a bad name for those because ducks are already boats. They can float on their own. They do not need any assistance. I think it's more cool that it can drive. I've never seen a duck be a car. They should be called duck trucks. That would be more impressive for a duck to become a truck. I think witches would make great house cleaners because they already brought their own broom. And they could fly to all those hard to reach places. If I ever met the guy who invented boxing gloves, I would tell him you were thinking of mittens. Your fingers cannot touch when they're inside a glove. Walking through a house of mirrors is really difficult, unless you are a vampire. I want to be the first man on Mars. Not because I want to be an astronaut, but because I want to be the best on the planet at everything. I have to sing the ABCs to know what letter comes next in the alphabet. Thank God numbers are not like that. Hey Mitch, what comes after 1 million? We're gonna be here a while. I think the guy who invented cheesy bread just screwed up making pizza. He forgot one of the 2 ingredients that goes on the dough and said, fuck it, cheesy bread. I'm tired of my houseplants always dying, so I bought some weeds instead. Air Bud could be the first player owner in a dogfighting league. My doctor told me that I have to eat healthier, and I don't really know how to do that. So I decided I'm just gonna eat less. The insult, the world revolves around you, is pretty mean for self-centered people. But I think that is a better insult for fat people. When people want to yell in text messages, they will type the message in all uppercase. Sometimes I want to be secretive with my text messages, so I wish they would make tiny case so I could whisper. I like to go for nighttime walks, but some people think that is weird. But when you own a dog, you can go for a walk whenever you feel like. I don't own a dog, so when I go for nighttime walks, I just pretend I lost one. You can find me at 3 a.m. calling for Fido. I have never eaten shit before, but if I were to, I think grinning would be the last thing on my mind. The other day, someone called me a has-been, which is weird because I never remember becoming an is-be. They say you can't wear white after Labor Day. But unless it is Labor Day, then every day is after Labor Day. I think a group of OBGYNs should be called a labor union. I used to really like hippos, but now I make fun of them whenever I can. I do not care if I am being hypocritical. I don't know how to compost, but I do know how to throw shit in the woods. Any restaurant can be an all-you-can-eat restaurant as long as they have enough food and you don't mind spending a lot of money. Now, I only take COVID tests when I want to get out of shit. I like to buy sneakers, I have a lot of shoes, but my wife does not understand. She will ask me, Mitch, where are you going to wear all these shoes? On my feet. Anywhere else would just be ridiculous. I don't own a comb, but I do own duct tape and a lot of forks. People will use the nickname Peggy for the name Margaret. I think that nickname would be better used for a pirate who's missing his leg. Someone described my boss as their cup of tea. And I agree, because I hate tea. I started calling my girlfriend my partner. Our relationship did not change. I just like talking like a cowboy. Yesterday, I could not remember the word amnesia. Yesterday, I got out of work by saying my grandmother died. She passed away over 20 years ago, but my boss did not ask when. I do not like lying. I just like telling the truth for a while. The word groundbreaking is great for businesses, but really mean for fat people. I have quit my gambling addiction, but now I'm addicted to buying plane tickets for flights, hoping they get overbooked. You could either win a lot of flight credit or actually have to go to Tampa. No matter how old you get, if you get abducted, it's still called kidnapping. You are always young at heart and in the eyes of the law.